You are now listening to RJV TV. RJV TV. RJV TV.
Sports, music, film, entertainment, fashion, gaming, technology, and even politics. Yeah, we'll talk about it. You are now watching RJV TV on... Well, hello everyone.
What's up?
Welcome to another edition of RJV TV.
RJV
RJV
TV.
TV. And
Televisión.
Yeah. So first off, of course, introductions first. My name is Randall Villafane.
Hi, Randall.
This, of course, my co-host being Armando Rodriguez.
What's up, y'all?
Follow him on Twitter and on Instagram. Twitter Cuts by Bless, Cuts with a Z. Instagram Cuts_by_Bless, and the Cuts is still with a Z, so you can do that. I myself can be followed at Mr. Randall V. That's MR Randall V as in Victor, and yeah, you can do that. With
do I follow you?
To your pleasure, you should do those. Yes, you.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, follow him too.
And of course, you can follow the program at RJV_TV. Now, first off, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm chill.
You're chill.
I'm
Well,
good.
I'm asking you because you were recently under the weather.
Extremely.
You visited the doctor quite a few times.
In the past week.
Yeah, and
insane.
Yeah. But yeah. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling better, man. I'm in good health, so that's good. I lost some pounds, which is really good.
That's a plus.
That's a very good plus. So
this has been a very lazy period for me. I've actually taken a week off from the gym, and I did it on purpose because I feel like, you know, sometimes you got to give your body that kind of rest. And I've been 8 months with 8 months and a half with consistently going to the gym weekly. I think within that time I only missed about one possible week, and that was because I had gotten sick. And this guy has his cell phone blaring in the background. That's exactly how you do a show, right? That's how you're told. When you go to school for broadcasting, you're told, leave your phones on so they can just blare all openly to everybody so they can hear that you're getting a phone call.
This is good for TV,
why? It
though.
makes you feel important to see that your cell phone's ringing when everybody knows you're doing a freaking show. You're doing a show.
This is good for TV, though. This is really good.
Let me just make sure I decided.
This is good for TV.
I gotta make sure now.
You know how much ratings we're gonna get just for that? That's these couple seconds just passed.
Well, not because now people are gonna be like, "Well, who the hell is calling him? Why is he so important? Who the hell he needs to be talking?"
Yeah, I ain't gonna
to?
know. Leave it at that. Anyways, so I'm glad you took that week off, though.
Thank you for
you
situations.
You're like, yeah, but eyeballs won't fall off. Yo, the bags you had in the eyes was ridiculous.
Yeah, I need. Well, and then of course, part of the excuse is also GTA. My eyes have been gone to the point of redness beyond recognition. Like the discoloration was as if I had just huffed a bunch of medication. Let's just say it like that, because my eyes looked like I was on some good stuff just because I could not close my eyes staring at the game. By the way, wow, that game is fantastically awesome. There's been small glitches, but glitches that
happen in every game.
that happen in every game. There's glitches in every game, but game is fantastic. If you, for some reason, have not purchased the game yet, go out and get that game. Now, if you are the type that does not like some strong violence, because they got some strong violence on, to the point that they have some waterboarding and everything going on in this game.
Nice.
Like, they go extreme with some of the violence. At the same time, the language, of course, has always been off base with GTA. They've always gone off the handle. They don't give a damn what you think about the language. But now, all in all, that game, the plot, the storyline, everything is just fantastic. And of course, it has the online mode, but they've had issues with the online mode that they're still correcting. But still, just to think that you can play online mode with GTA is just fantastic. But the game itself is just awesome. And that's been part of the excuse towards why I took a week off. But it isn't calming because, video games are frustrating. But at the same time, I know my body's more relaxed and rested, so that's the plus. So, moving on to what's going on.
What's going on?
Let's start off with a topic that I know is going to have you fired up.
Oh, God.
Let's go right to it. NBA. Now, the preseason's been on and off for a few teams. You're seeing a couple of teams have their bright moments. You're seeing some not. You're seeing some fall apart. You're seeing some players that you thought were going to be standouts not stand out. Certain things happening that shouldn't be happening. And one of the things happening that should not be happening is Kobe Bryant being ranked 25th in the league after the season that he had. Now, I understand the Lakers were not the exuberant, excellent, fascinating team we all believed it was going to be. I understand that. But that man had a hell of a freaking season. He had a hell of a freaking season. For him to be ranked 25th is beyond ridiculous, stupid, mortifying. And it's like you punched a baby in the face with that. Like, seriously, that's how I see it. Like, that's you punching a baby in the face. Like, the baby comes out the womb, and you just say, "Look, Kobe Bryant, 25th." That's literally what it seems like. It's punching a baby in the face when you say Kobe Bryant was ranked 25th. When you look at last season, I don't know how you can put him not in that top 10. And that many would put him in that top 5. I could arguably say he deserves to be in a top 10 regardless, no matter what. And there is a lot of reason to put him in a top 5. Now, there is a lot of players you have to consider, so I understand that. But still, there's no reason for him to be below top 20. To be 25th is just stupid, and whoever put that ranking system together that put him at 25 deserves to get Nancy Kerrigan. They deserve to get hit with a lead pipe across their leg. I know, it's GTA, okay? GTA is in my head, and I'm getting violent, but it's stupid. It's really stupid, and even ESPN calls it out. So many are calling him out with this ranking. It's been ridiculous. Everybody views it as a very, very, very stupid call. And maybe it's to anger Kobe. I don't know, because when Kobe tends to have these things happen, suddenly he goes off in the media with a bunch of curse words and he gets that attention. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know, but for some reason, that just makes no sense to me. And so I'm going to let you, being the Laker, extreme Kobe fanatic.
Extreme?
Well,
God damn.
Come on.
You're making me seem like...
No, come on. Let's be serious.
Anyways,
let's be serious.
How serious?
Tell me your thoughts when you read or heard
Kobe
Bryant ranked 25th in the league.
First of all...
Like my radio voice?
I like that. Okay. Anyways, I saw it off my phone when I got the update. Or the notification, should I say, of ESPN with their rank from 30th to 20th. And when I saw Kobe at 25th, I looked at my phone with a disgusted face. Like, I just been slapped and I don't know how to react. And that was in what the WTF, like, really? Before I snap on these critics, so I'm about to snap.
Mm-hmm. Keep it professional.
Very professional. But no, seriously. 30 critics were the ones that did this poll.
Yeah.
All 30 decided to put this man 25th. Now, you...
Wait, it was unanimously 25th?
All 30 picked Kobe to be 25th. So I want to know who these 30 critics are, because I want to know where y'all went to school to, what background y'all have, if y'all could play ball as good as Kobe, what knowledge of the game you got,
Well, I don't think playing as good as Kobe has any merit.
I
to
know,
it.
but I'm just saying. I'm just pointing it all out there.
Knowledge of the game is what's important.
Exactly. I just want to get at what the hell y'all looking at. Excuse me. Just plain and simple, y'all idiots. It's idiotic. It's complete disrespectful, like Stephen A. Smith likes to say. You're talking about a Hall of Fame dude with 5 championship rings, with countless amounts of arsenal. This dude's heart level and pain withstand is off the charts. This man does it all. This man is clutch. This man is equivalent, or as close to MJ, the best player ever after MJ. Yes, every decade has its players, since Magic to Bird to Jordan. Then you had Kobe, and now it's the rising of LeBron. Every decade has its player, but you're talking about a player that we all acknowledged who's still, I don't know how he does it, is still able to beat Father Time and comes back yearly and still average 27.5 points per game, 28 points per game, second leading scorer in the league. You're going to come tell me that he is 25th in your list? A man who battled through injury last season, an injured Laker team, and won countless of games by his damn self, and took him to the playoffs by his damn self, and guaranteed playoffs for the Lakers by his damn self. And you put Joakim Noah, Chris Bosh, Russell Westbrook, and all these other players over him. Is just stupid. Completely stupid. No disrespect to all these other players, because they all have this special unique talents.
I'll be honest. He has no reason to be under Chris Bosh. If he is under Chris Bosh, there is no reason.
Chris Bosh is 21.
Me being a Heath. No. Age,
20,
I have nothing to do with age. 21 in the list.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying. I was gonna say I don't think Chris Bosh is 21 years old, but no. Yeah, he has no reason to be, and especially Joakim. No, come on.
And so what? So I like a point that Stephen A. Smith brought out, that he said, are you ranking Kobe because on 25th A because he got an Achilles injury and you believe that he's going to come back and play like shit? Or or you literally do think that this man is already washed up. How is he washed up?
Well,
if his last game before he tore his Achilles, or when he tore his Achilles, he had 36 points,
well, because
5 rebounds and 6 assists.
I will say this. Look, I have to wait and see what the argument is towards how they rank these players. Because you look at the stat sheet, for example. Let's look at the stat sheet. He played 38.6 minutes per game last season. Averaged about a 46% field goal percentage, 32% from three-point line, 83 from the free throw line. Offensive rebounds, he was 0.80. Defensive, he was 4.70. A total of 5.60. Assists per game was about 6, which is extremely high for Kobe. 0.32 blocks
for a ball hog.
game.
They say ball hog, but he
did average about 3.68 turnovers a game. Averaging about 27.3 points a game. Now, when you look,
and let's not recall all the piping he did on everybody last season. Yeah, but I mean piping, I mean dunking.
Yeah, but I mean you can't.
For old man. But I'm just saying.
But you have to understand that you don't factor those.
You don't factor that.
You don't factor that into just because he had a sick dunk doesn't put him higher in the ranking system.
But you need to understand what he's done too.
No, but it's what he did
on
in
a
one
basis.
No, but it's on a one season basis. Yeah. It's not career wise.
Nightly basis.
Career wise is a different thing. He wasn't in the top of the points leaders. He wasn't in the top of the field goal percentage leaders or anything. So maybe they put that into account. Because
he wasn't on top of the points leader.
No, points leaders were Carmelo, Kevin. Oh, you're right. My bad. Kobe Bryant was number 3 on the points leaders, but not the percentage. Percentage wise, top 5 was DeAndre Jordan, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Serge Ibaka, LeBron James. Those were your top 5.
Because they're always next to the basket.
And he was... Wow. He was not even in the top...
But you gotta imagine all the shots he takes, the volume of shots he takes.
But that's what hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
You're talking about somebody who wasn't even in the top 40. Yeah, when you kind of look at the... I mean, I'm looking at these stats now because, I mean...
numbers do lie at times.
No, of course. I mean, what matters is...
what you do in that court.
What you do on the court, the effort and everything like that. But if that's the thing, if the ranking system is judged a different way, you can't judge sometimes by emotion.
No, I'm not.
You can't judge...
I'm looking at that level of play he did. You know
of course,
what I mean?
yeah, but there's a level of play if it doesn't equal the numbers and the stats which equal the ranking, then there's the off. You know, the balancing act is there. If he wasn't even... I mean, I'm looking at this list up and down just in case a few times. But yeah, in field goal percentage, wasn't even in the top 40. Let me see if I find where he's at. But yeah, I mean, arguably, to me, regardless of even that, the man carried that team on his shoulders. And he, like what you said, he carried that team all the way to the playoffs. There was nobody else on that team that gave him that extra support. Dwight Howard was pointless in that team. I mean, he could have very well been sitting on the other side of on the other benches, on the other team's bench the whole season, because that's how much of a difference he made at all. When you look at what he did with the team entirely, he pushed that team to the limit. He pushed himself to the limit. Like you said, torn Achilles, still walked to the free throw line, still shot those free throws, still made those free throws, then left the court and realized he was done. At least until surgery came around. And now we wait and see how he comes back. But I still, even seeing that his field goal percentage shooting stats doesn't even put him near the top, it doesn't even calculate towards where he should be ranked. It really does not. I mean, yeah, could there be arguments? Possibly. I would love to hear what the argument is. I would love to hear those 30 come out and explain why Kobe is at 25. I would want to know what numbers they crunched, what they looked at, if they looked at tape,
it's
if
funny.
they look at what did they look at to put this together.
2 years ago, he was ranked 7th. Last year, he was ranked 6th, and then he dropped drastically like that.
Yeah. I mean, if it's the downpour of the team itself that hurt him and his ranking, if it's the fact that that he had to carry the team so hard that that's probably why his shooting percentage dropped as much as it did.
Let me be completely honest, and I know I'm gonna get backlash for this, but I don't give a damn. I still think, not because I'm a huge fan of his or whatever the case is, he's still the best player in the game. One, he is defeating time with age. I don't know how the hell, whatever it is, please let me know, please.
Yeah.
And two, his stats are almost as equivalent as LeBron.
Well, except for the field goal percentage.
Except for the field goal percentage, exactly.
He's 10% worse.
You know, and almost, and then he has a bit higher scoring average than LeBron.
Yeah.
The only reason I feel like LeBron is being named the best player now currently in the game is because of age and his power of force to get into the rim. I understand, and also one attribute.
He's a better defensive player than Kobe
because of age.
Well, I don't think it's about age.
Yes, I think it. I in my opinion, it is because of age. In my opinion, because of if you do go back into tapes of Kobe at a younger state, and you do look at the attributes or the accolades, should I say, the accolades. Look how many times he's been in the first team defensive team.
Yeah, but there's, I mean, I'm not going to judge by the defensive team numbers or about how many times anybody's been defensive team. I'm going to judge by actual defense that you see on the court. I'm not going to judge by where.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at. And what I mean by that,
people get put in the defensive teams that don't deserve to be in defensive teams.
And not I just don't want to use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
But I need, mind you, you're talking about a 28-year-old kid, 35-year-old man. A 35-year-old man ain't going to be roaming the court like a 20-year-old kid.
Yeah.
But all I'm trying to say is now you have Kobe be 28 as well. I guarantee you he was defensive the same way.
But this is the thing. You're talking about something that can't be.
That can't be, exactly.
Okay, look, fact is right now, age is helping LeBron.
Exactly.
Like that's
and not only that, I give LeBron something else too.
But you
court vision.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You can't put LeBron down.
I'm not putting LeBron down.
Well, this is the thing. You're saying, oh, he's only getting it because he's younger.
No, that's one of the reasons. I'm giving you plenty of reasons.
No, but it's not because he's younger. It's because his athleticism at his current age is helping him play better.
Exactly.
Okay, but don't say it's because he's younger. Because he's younger means, just because he's 28, he's better.
No, not just because of that.
Okay, well, that's the fact. That's how it sounds. The way you're saying it, that's how
I don't mean it like that either. But at the current stage of age, he's able to do more than what Kobe can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
what he does have better than Kobe, which I do know and see clearly, is he has better court awareness in the sense of facilitating the ball, which is a great thing that LeBron has.
Yeah.
And for a 6'8" power forward to bring the ball down like Magic Johnson is a great thing to have at a team. That's why I don't say that LeBron is bad.
No.
To me, in my point of view, they're both the top players in the league, and it's always fun to watch them play against each other.
That's why. I mean, to me,
it's better than Kevin Durant and him, or Kevin Durant and Kobe, Kevin Durant and LeBron. I mean, it's better, or Derrick Rose, which they're all great players, but to me, it's more like I'd rather see LeBron and Kobe go at it.
No, yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with you, especially because Kobe still has that old school mentality, so he is still that rival kind of player that still plays like that. With that mindset, and I love seeing that against the different mindset of a LeBron. Now, obviously, I mean, you can throw so many names into that mix. I mean, you have Chris Paul, you have, I mean, even though Rajon Rondo went down with a terrible injury, he still maintained at the end of the season, the highest assist per game.
Boy's nuts.
I mean, there's so many attributes to each player that you have to try and consider how you put that into the ranking system. So each player that has their individual attribute that's supporting their ranking is what's interesting to know. Now, obviously, these ranking systems should not be taken to heart. And in all reality, it's unfortunate that because I mean, to me, Kobe to the most. To the lowest ranking should be between 6 to like 8 in that system, because you're considering Carmelo, even though he shoots like he's shooting plates in the sky. I don't know. Sometimes he just takes way too many shots, but it's funny to me that Derrick Rose didn't play for a whole season and is still gonna rank him higher than Kobe. So that's right there, like, why are you going to say, because of his Achilles? So that right there is, like, to me, it's also off. But it is what it is, right? But like I said, let's not take it to heart. You know who is the only person going to take that to heart? Kobe. And you know what? Like he does every time, he's going to prove these a-holes wrong. No, and I'm sure.
And it's fuel to his fire, which is good.
For me, it's obviously we have to wait and see to how he comes back, because obviously we don't know how he's going to come back. That's the thing. We don't know how he's going to come back. We don't know how much the surgery has changed him. We don't know if he's still going to have the same legs under him, if he's still going to be able to dunk like he dunks, if he's going to be able to have the agility, the bits of rejuvenation we saw from him last season. We don't know if that's going to be there, and that's going to be the. But
I will say this: if there's any player in the world that could come back from an injury like that, it is him.
No, yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with you that if there is any one player, and anybody could tell you that, in this league, there isn't a player in this league that can top Kobe's ego and heart. Because that man is one arrogant SOB, but he deserves to be.
Yeah.
He deserves to have all that arrogance. I would hand it to him if he took it away. I would hand it right back to him and said, no, you deserve this. Okay, because that's the kind of player he is. But in all reality, we still have to wait and see, because you just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we said the same thing about Dwight Howard. Everybody was saying, oh, this team's going to be killer. And we just need to wait and see. We need to wait and see what he comes back like.
I still think Dwight Howard's going to be crap next season anyways. Just know that.
Well, let's see, because now he actually had time to heal. Now he's actually had a camp. Now he's actually had a comfortable off season. So again, we have to wait and see. I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna go ahead and judge without seeing it go down. But I do not agree that Kobe should be ranked 25th. It is ridiculous to me. Dwayne Wade, on the other hand, he did go down. He went from 8 to 18. which is understandable because he showed some.
He's showing signs of tear.
Yeah.
Onto that one game in the finals where
he's
he
that
just
kind of a player though.
Snapped,
but he's that kind of a player though. I mean, because he's like that Allen Iverson type of player that just runs in there and doesn't care about the hits, and that's what takes a toll on the body. The fortune for LeBron is that his body seems to be able to take those kind of hits a lot better than people like Dwayne Wade and people like Allen Iverson at that point. Which actually, Allen Iverson's going to officially announce his retirement in the Sixers Heat game, and I think that game's going to be in Philly. So it's going to be the home opener for Philly against the Heat, and he's going to officially announce his official retirement from basketball on that day. Al Horford went up from 30 to 19. Deron Williams.
Wait. Al Horford is higher than. I don't want to hear this no more.
Field goal percentage was 54%. He averaged around 10 points a game. 10 rebounds a game, and 18 points per game. So, all in all, 54,
solid player.
Yeah,
solid player.
Those are the things that play. In fact, I mean, that's the thing when you look at the field goal percentage for Kobe. But then again, here goes the difference maker. Deron Williams was ranked 10th. He dropped to 20. He had a big drop too. But 20, his points per game was 18. His assists per game was 7.7. So he had 1.7 more than Kobe. His field goal percentage was 44. His free throw percentage was 85. Kobe's was 83. And rebounds per game was 3. And Kobe had 4.7 on defensive. So, that's what's irritating.
Oxymorons.
It's irritating.
Yeah. Anyways, next. So
next is going to be closing this segment because we've been going a long time. John Wall went up.
How about LeBron, man?
John Wall went from 55 to 21. Deserved.
He plays good.
John Wall is showing a lot of progress. He played very well in that preseason game against the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Roy Hibbert went from...
I think he's like 23.
He went from 35 to 22.
Yeah, 22.
Joakim Noah at 23. Jesus.
Just explain to me. How these players are better than Kobe.
I mean, he shows a hell of a lot of heart. I know that. The guy is an extremely effort-packed guy. Chris Bosh actually went down. He went from 18 to 24. And then, of course, the Kobe from rank 6 last year to 25. Like I don't.
So yeah, this segment is over right now. So this is jumping already.
And
let us know your thoughts.
I'm guessing LeBron was number 1, right?
I'm guessing he's gonna be number 1 for sure. I know that already. Probably Durant's gonna be 2. Derrick Rose 3, something like that. You'll see. No, or Chris Paul 3, Derrick Rose 4, something like that.
No, that's what I'm looking for because I'm looking for.
No, they haven't released a top 10 yet.
Yeah. They only released a 16 and down.
Yeah.
From 16 and down. So we still need to know what the 1 through 15 is. That hasn't been released yet. So once we have that, we'll go through that. But yeah, we would love to know what your thoughts is on Kobe's ranking. I know, of course, there's the Kobe haters that will probably say he deserves to be 50. And you guys are just dumb. But in all reality, we would love to know what your thoughts are. And on the video, of course, below, you see the comments box on these videos. So go ahead and comment. Let us know. Now, if you are respectful with your comments, we accept criticism.
Yeah.
Of course, we accept criticism. You can tell him he's stupid for saying that Kobe's the best in the game.
True.
Or you can tell me I'm stupid because I'm saying LeBron is the best in the game. I don't care about that. Just don't go ahead and get all disrespectful in a way where it's dangerously insensitive to the point that we would want to punch you. Now,
we'll shout you out.
Yeah. We'll openly come out here and give and share the criticisms, share the comments, and whatever it is that you guys want to let us know about your thoughts on Kobe being ranked 25th in the NBA. Now, even a lot of ESPN analysts themselves are coming out against this completely, just berating it and attacking it. A lot of people are attacking it. I haven't heard at all anybody who's agreed with it. I don't think I have. Have you? What about Skip Bayless?
Well, Skip Bayless actually like, what the hell's going on?
Okay, no, because Skip Bayless is kind of off. Like,
yeah,
he
sometimes
the guy's got a couple screws loose.
Yeah.
So
one day he likes it, the next he does it. So whatever, it's a love hate thing with him.
Yeah, he's an unusual character.
Word.
But with that, we'll go to our first break because, man, this one took a long time. But this was a very interesting topic that needed to be talked about. And it was one of those that opens up a whole window, a whole door of a lot of other topics that need to be talked about when it comes to other players in the league. And I'm sure we'll touch back with all this again once we get the 1 through 15 because there is a lot of other players that we would love to see where they're being ranked and a lot that weren't involved in that list from 16 down. We would need to see how they're going to place every player. I'm imagining that they're going to put LeBron at number 1.
I know that already.
I wouldn't have the doubt in my mind because he did have a spectacular season no matter how you look at it. Now, when we come back, we are going to come back to the topic of LeBron because there is some things that spread around that need to be mentioned, criticisms and how he responded. So we'll be back after this break with some LeBron King James, I want that jersey, talk.
Hi, Mama.
Introducing VaporStorm, the new and effective way to stop smoking today. Join the thousands of ex-tobacco smokers and make the switch to VaporStorm electronic cigarette. No more tobacco smoke, no ashes, and no more offensive odors. Only vapor. So stop smoking today and start vaping. Fumar cigarrillos es peligroso y para muchos hasta ofensivo. Para de fumar hoy. Visit us in Hialeah at the VaporStorm location at 3825 West 16th Avenue or call us for more information at 786-502-4230. 786-502-4230.
Are you looking for a place to promote your product, company, or event? Well, you have found the perfect place. RJV TV is the show for you and whatever you want to promote. RJV TV is one of the fastest growing internet TV shows on the net. RJV TV guarantees results, so don't miss out on this great opportunity. Promote your product, company, or event right here on RJV TV. For more information, call 786-262-4741, 786-262-4741, or email rjv.tvshow@gmail.com. Back here on the RJV TV show, we're going to get right to the topic. LeBron James there was 30 players asked, right? It was 30 players that were asked who would they choose for a clutch moment in a game. And LeBron was not picked by many. I don't think he was picked by any. Yeah. A lot of people chose Kobe, and others chose
Michael.
Yeah, because they said who would be the most clutch player, Michael, Kobe, or LeBron. And everybody picked, the most was Michael, second was Kobe, and third on the and final was LeBron, with nobody picking him. LeBron fired back. Tell me, do you want me to read it off here? Because it
don't matter.
Okay, because the full quote was, what he said was, players in our league said that. I really don't care what 30 guys in our league say about me taking the last shot. I've got a few game winners in my career. I don't let teams hang around too much for the last shot. I don't think the definition of clutch is who takes the last shot. There are guys who come through for their teams in different circumstances. And this is the argument me and you were having before we started this segment, because we were talking about what we were going to jump into in topic. But my definition of clutch and what the definition of clutch actually is whoever finds the best possibility to win the game is the clutch performer, who's under pressure and finds the best play without giving the ball up, without missing the shot, without without underperforming the moment, without coming down with nerves, with being able to demonstrate the confidence. Tom Brady, clutch in a moment with the Patriots game against the Saints, which we'll get to in a bit. That's clutch. You hear him mic'd up, calm, finds the moment, knows the calls, does what he does, clutch moment. You look at moments with Kobe. Moments with Kobe, even though statistically speaking, in the final 10 seconds of a fourth quarter or in overtime, Kobe is 5 for 22, 23%. Michael was 7 for 15, 47%. By far the best. LeBron James was 6 for 14 for 43%. That's in under 10 seconds. Now, Kobe's, in all his career, had 30-plus game winners, but that's considering that he had the last shot that actually put the team above and that there was no other shot made after that. So, considering the moment, to me, personally, like I said, my clutch moment is if LeBron, let's say, has the ball, finds Chris Bosh under the hoop for a quick layup with 3 seconds left on the clock. For me, the clutch performer was LeBron for being able to get that ball to the open player at the best possible shot. And, Chris Bosh gets the credit for being clutch as well because he's not missing the damn layup. But if he's the one who has that ball in triple coverage and for somehow, some way, he gets that ball to Chris Bosh under the rim and gets that layup, you're going to tell me Chris Bosh is the clutch player? Because he gets a quick little over the person who got him that ball when everybody goes to him.
Will you still consider it clutch when he makes that pass and Chris Bosh misses?
It was a clutch point, yeah, because the Udonis Haslem part, we were talking about the Udonis Haslem one. He passed the ball to Udonis. Udonis was wide freaking open for a free throw, for like basically a free throw shot. It was a short shot that he always usually makes, and he missed it. For me, it was the best option. It was the best opportunity. If you just would have launched it, it would have been a criticism about him not being able to take the shot in the last second. He found the best possible shot that can be taken at that moment that could win them the game, and to me, that's clutch. To me, clutch is finding your best option. That's clutch just because you launch it in the air. I mean, we see half-court shots. Just because they go in, that does not mean that person can make that shot every time in under 10 seconds.
The way I view this, and I mean, you might agree or disagree with me. My understanding about this whole question and topic is I'm starting to realize something. Players and analysts, they're not using the word clutch properly. And let me explain why. When someone comes up to you now and tells you, this is because we analyze a little bit more. We're talking about players who ask. And the analysts that get sucked into the hype. When they come and ask you who is more clutch, they're automatically assuming game winners.
Not me, though.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. You might agree or disagree with me. Yeah. But if you step out the box right now and you pay attention closely to it, all these people are looking at it. That's why LeBron gave you a double meaning answer.
Yeah.
Are looking at it as, they're gonna take the last shot, give it to Mike or Kobe. That's how they're taking that question as. So that's what I'm trying to get at. So maybe the analysts who asked these players this and came to LeBron with this should have said, who would you give the last shot to between Kobe, yourself, or Michael? Rather than to say who you think, who would you prefer to be as clutch as Michael or Kobe, or whatever the question was. So that's what I think. The
actual question was, who's more clutch in the playoffs? And these are playoffs numbers. These are the playoff percentages. Yeah. Who's more clutch in the playoffs? Michael Jordan, LeBron James, or Kobe
That's
Bryant.
the question now. But when they went to these players, they said, who will you give the last shot to? So what I'm trying to get at is they come at LeBron with a different question, but their original question was, who would you give the last shot to?
Okay, but that's in under 10 seconds.
So my point is that these players are not looking at it as, oh, there's 14 seconds left, let's give LeBron the ball. They're looking at it as, oh shit, there's 5 seconds left.
It's the second time.
I'm sorry. Oh snap, there's 5 seconds left. Who am I gonna give the ball to? That's how they're looking at it as, and that's the way I look at it as. We all have a different point of view. Yeah. I understand that the clutch definition that you gave us is politically correct, because right now, if I'm double teaming, I'm able to get somebody open, I'm doing the right play. I'm not gonna just shoot out for 2 people unless you're Kobe. But
and this is one thing to consider too. This is after we saw one of LeBron's best game winners in the playoffs this season against Indiana.
Yeah.
Was it against Indiana or was it against Chicago? No, it was against Chicago. The layup.
No, it was Indiana.
Indiana?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Indiana. It was like game 2 or something like that, right? Yeah. When he did it was a breakdown. It was a breakdown in defense.
Breakdown defense. That was an easy layup. Anybody would have made that.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing though. But
yeah.
Not only that, but you want to speak clutch too. I mean, it's not clutch, but it was a defining moment in Game 7. LeBron hitting the top of the key jumper, to seal the game. 6 points, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good thing. But my thing is, the way I view this question as is not under 10 seconds. I'm going to give you how I feel about it. The way of my view of this question is, who would I give the last shot to? And statistically and honestly...
Yeah, but that's the thing. Last shot is last shot. Like last shot, once you launch that ball, there's nothing left on the clock.
Exactly. That's clutch, though.
Well, that's the thing. So that you have to say that's under 10 seconds. Because if you have 25 seconds, you're not getting the last shot.
But my thing with that is, if you look at it, I will give it to Michael or Kobe.
No. Look, this is my argument is, I mean, if you put Michael in the conversation, I'm going Michael all the way.
Yeah, but no matter what. Let's talk about players now and
age. If you're saying Kobe or LeBron, right now, I mean, it's hard for me to say this because so many people will say that it's wrong, but I give it to LeBron because right now, statistically, he has the better percentage. When you talk about somebody who, for how long has Kobe been in the league?
18 years now.
In 18 years, he's 5 for 22. 5 for 22.
That sounds off to me.
Oh, I get that, but because you're considering how many complete game winners he has, and complete game winners means he hit the last shot for his team, and then the other team did not score. Because game winners there's a bunch of different ways to call a game winner. I mean, are you going to tell me because Chris Bosh hit that 3 against San Antonio?
That's supposed to be considered clutch.
It is.
So why ain't Kobe's game winners considered clutch in this?
Because that was in 3 seconds. Chris Bosh hit that like with nothing. Once he dropped it, the buzzer rang. That was it.
That's what I don't get.
That's because that's not the last shot. Last shot means the other team does not get a chance to shoot back.
I understand that.
That's last shot.
But at the end of the day, you hit the last shot. That last shot is still considered clutch.
No, I get that, but they're saying who gets the final shot of the game. Who do you give the last shot of the game to? In that position, Kobe is 5 for 22 in 18 years. In that position,
just a good example.
They're not going to give you that stat, and it's not true.
No.
In under 10 seconds, Kobe is 5 for 22 in 18 years. LeBron
with 10 seconds left with the ball in your hand.
With 10 seconds, giving you the final shot of the game.
Exactly.
10 seconds means if you had it when it was 24 and you ran down and in under 10 seconds you shot that ball.
Exactly.
Okay, and in that position, Kobe's 5 for 22.
Still sounds off. I understand.
I get that it sounds off, but it's the reality. It's statistically there.
The reason I say it sounds off because if we're going to say that you get the ball with 10 seconds and under, just not last season, the season before that, if you could look it up because I like, so he hit, 7 game winners that season? So how you 5 for 22?
Because I would tell you that those are not in 10 seconds.
One of them was under 10 seconds against Milwaukee Bucks. I think it was like 4 seconds. He went from the end of the court to the other.
That's maybe one of the 5.
But it's still a game winner though, because Milwaukee can't get the ball.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the game winner. If Milwaukee gets the ball and gets a chance to throw that ball, that wasn't the last shot.
I understand that.
That's what I'm saying.
And the last shot,
statistically, Kobe in 18 years is 5 for 22.
For 22 on the last shot, that sounds off. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Dude,
I
why
saying.
would ESPN put out fake numbers?
I understand that. I know where you're coming from.
Okay,
but me,
I get that it sounds wrong.
I know,
but it's the fact.
The reason, you know why I say it sounds wrong, in my opinion, and no, not my opinion, but from what I've seen, because I see this man hit countless of game winners. So how is it?
But but the thing
that's
is,
what I'm saying.
Game winners for you is and we're talking about playoffs.
Buzzer beaters.
Playoffs.
So in the playoffs, he's 5 for 22.
In the playoffs.
So
his career.
This question is playoffs only.
Did you not hear me? Who would you give the last shot to
in the playoffs?
In the playoffs.
So I'm talking about regular season. I'm talking about on total.
Okay, no.
So in the playoffs in 18 years, he's 5 for 22 in clutch.
5 for 22.
And LeBron is what?
6 for 14.
They're almost right there. I mean,
43% compared to 23%.
Well, he's taking more.
I get that. That's because, to me, LeBron is smarter with the ball. He makes a smarter choice if he finds an open player.
He gives it up more.
The court vision will be there, like you stated, and he'll give the ball up to the person that's more in a better position to get the ball in the hoop. But for me, basing the field goal percentage that we're seeing now, being that we're seeing an improved shooter, being that we're seeing somebody who has a high elevated level of confidence now, I give that ball to LeBron now. And even more now, being that we don't know how Kobe's going to come back. Even more now. Until I see what Kobe looks like, I can't say I give Kobe that ball. With 10 seconds in the playoffs, game on the line, I don't know. For right now, I have to say I give it to LeBron based on what we saw last year. In this last playoffs, he came through so many times in the fourth quarter. He came through with confidence. He came through with calm in his eyes. And he would find defensive breakdowns and get the easiest shot. I mean, I don't know how you can choose somebody who was not able to win the games for the playoffs for you in moments where you were 1 point down in the playoffs. Because the Lakers were. Just saying. There was positions. In this moment, I know you would choose Kobe any day. Current players. Well, then again, the current players, I choose Ray Allen over LeBron. To be honest, I'll get Ray Allen on that 3-point line any day.
Look, all I gotta say is, since we're gonna be,
but if we're talking Kobe and LeBron, for me personally, I pick LeBron. You can call me LeBron, but no, I'm a Heat fan.
I'm sorry, what I saw in Game 6 after a missed 3-pointer, somebody else hit a 3-pointer.
That's fine. That's fine.
Someone saved someone's career.
No, I get that. That's fine. I understand that. Ray Allen hit that clutch 3. That's fine. And what happened about 10 seconds before he missed that 3?
Someone hit a 3.
Who hit that 3?
LeBron.
Okay. My point is this. I get you're going to miss a few, you're going to hit a few. If that was the case, then there's a ton of reasons why you shouldn't trust Kobe.
Oh, of course.
There's a ton of reasons,
but
because percentage-wise, I'm sure it's worse than 23% when you're going to calculate his entire career.
Nah.
It's going to be worse than 23% when you're calculating every freaking game.
Probably, but we'll
That's
see.
what I'm saying. And it'll probably be the same thing for LeBron. For LeBron, it'll probably be a lot less than 43%, I'm sure. Because he's tried taking game winners before in a Heat jersey, and he's not made them during the regular season. I know that. It's happened, and I've seen them, and I've felt the pain. But in all reality, for right now, LeBron is a more accurate shooter at the moment over Kobe. That's just what it is. It's simply a more accurate shooter, and he's picking his shots a lot better. So I would choose, LeBron to make the best choice at that moment. All in all, that's it. I mean, that's for me what it is. I know you pick Kobe, so I don't even know why we're going to ask you. But for me, I pick LeBron in that moment. Now, will he take the shot? I don't know, but he's going to make the best choice. If he sees himself open for a 3 like he did in that Game 6, He's going to launch the three because he was wide open for that three. And then so was Ray Allen. So,
not really. He wasn't open.
Well, no, he made himself open because his 3 steps back were wide open. It's wide open for Ray Allen. For Ray Allen 3, you're going to tell me that isn't wide open?
For Ray Allen, anything's open.
Exactly. So that's a wide open 3 for Ray Allen because, the coverage came like 5 seconds after the ball had left his hand already. For considering in Ray Allen time. But in all reality for me, that's where I put myself now. I know I'm going to get criticism for that for people who are not from Miami and who aren't Heat fans. I know that. That's fine. I don't care. And there's valuable reason to why I choose Kobe, because Kobe is a fearless man. He's completely fearless. He'll shoot over 5 people if he has to. Okay, and he'll probably make it. He'll shoot over 5 people, and he'll shoot over... Dikembe can unretire, come in, and he'll still shoot it over Dikembe, and even if Dikembe doesn't have the same hops, it doesn't matter because Dikembe's long enough to still stretch his arm out and reach where Kobe's hops will be at this point. But I mean, that's where Kobe is, and that's where I think people pick Kobe, because Kobe's confidence and fearlessness has existed for so long that people know that he will take the shot and he'll give you a high probability of making that shot. And even if he misses it, he just missed it. And that's usually what happens. Like, he rims it out, like it hits the back of the rim, or it just rolls out, or something just ridiculous like that. It's happened so many times to Kobe because I've seen that. And that's the one thing. But now the difference...
Those are called sabotage rims.
Yeah, and the difference now is the fact that after LeBron's first ring, he's shown that confidence. He's shown fearlessness. He's shown moments of calm. Before, we saw nervousness. We saw disappearing. We saw choking. He does not like the word. Me, as a LeBron and a Heat fan, say he choked. He choked. He choked in Cleveland. He choked in the Heat. First season with the Heat, finals, he choked. To me, Mavericks, I give them a lot of credit for the defense they played. I know it's been overstated that Dallas played him strong, but there was more to that. There was a lot more to that. There was a lot more to that than just the defense. Credit the defense a lot, but there was more to that. There was a lot of mental issues there that he's cleared up since.
Choking?
Yeah, but now, I mean, obviously we've seen moments now in the Heat jersey where he shows that that's no longer there. It's no longer a factor. Now, there's games that he has that are bad, just like every player has in their day. There's no player that does not go a season without having a couple of bad games. It happens. It happens to all of them. I mean, we've seen Kobe have bad games. We've even seen Michael have bad games. Very rare for Michael to have a bad game.
Michael had a bad game?
There was one or two. There was one or two. Rare.
I don't ever recall Michael having a bad game.
No, there was one that there was very limited. I think there was only like 3 or 4 games in his career where he was under 20 points, and that technically you consider that a bad game.
When he was 40, yeah, I know.
Well, no, that's no, but no, we're not talking about that. We're talking
when he was 40, he still averaged over 20. That's sad.
No.
That man is a beast, yo.
No, there's just no comparing
to the GOAT.
No. That's. I mean, obviously, I still link Oscar Robertson up there, but he was in a different league and in a different time period. But for that generation, that's the thing that's tough
let's
about.
clear the air right now. Nobody will ever fit Michael's shoes, yo.
I mean, it's a hard argument. I'm not gonna look.
Too much is on Michael's side for this.
No, I get that. But then we can't predict the future either way. You can't predict what's gonna happen in the future. You can't
currently.
Okay, currently. But
ain't nobody
right now.
Nobody is going to step into Michael's shoes. Not even Kobe.
No, I don't.
Not
think,
even LeBron.
I don't think Kobe will.
As much as I think.
So let me ask you this question: if suddenly, let's just say, I know the LeBron people haters are going to despise this, but let's say at the end of the career, LeBron has 8 titles. Stats are 30 to 35 points per game.
He won't be able to now.
Well, we're talking about a man who's saying that he's going to come back shooting more than ever.
We'll see.
And of course, we're going to see what happens.
His points per game is at 27. To sky that up now to 30, 35, he's going to have to be scoring 35 points a game for the next couple of seasons.
Let's just say to the lowest. Let's say 30.
Okay.
And let's say his field goal percentage raises higher than what it is. He's at 55% right now. Let's say he gets to 57, 58. You're going to tell me that with 10 titles, 8 titles. Let's just say, for example, 8 titles. This is just me throwing an imaginary number. 8 titles, ends career with 30-plus points per game, and in every one of those seasons, let's just say always an all-star, and picks up maybe 2 or 3 more MVPs.
You want me to answer that question?
Yeah.
So you're going to tell me that Bill Russell's the best ever because he has 11 championship rings?
I put him in my top 5.
I'm just like you asked me a question. I'm just going to, it's a reverse, but I will answer your question now. There's a yes. When it comes to when people say that rings define you a champion and makes you a greatest player, there's a balance to that.
Yeah.
Bill Russell has 11. He's not considered the great. He's considered a legend, of course, but he's not considered the great.
Mm-hmm. Michael
has 6. He's considered the GOAT. Now, this is why. And with all the stats you put out, 8 championships, let's say 6 MVPs, sorta, whatever. I understand your point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But he still will not be better than Michael. And you may disagree with me, but I could easily pinpoint why Michael was so great. First of all, Michael, in my opinion, played in an era full of Hall of Fame players.
Well, we haven't seen this era end.
This era so far has nothing compared to Michael's era.
That's the thing.
That's why I think,
a different league.
And I'm sorry to bring Kobe's name up again, and I don't want to overshine LeBron's combo with Kobe, but that's why I believe Kobe is like the last alpha dog of that era.
Oh no, I agree.
But
with
besides
you with
that,
and Tim Duncan,
and Tim Duncan, one of them too. Michael played in an era where it was beyond full of Hall of Famers. 1, 2, in a league much more physical and harder than now. 3, Michael is the only player ever in NBA history to win MVP, scoring title, and Defensive Player of the Year the same year. Michael's the only player ever in NBA history to win 10 straight scoring titles from 88 to 98. Mm-hmm. Michael, only player in NBA history to go undefeated in NBA Finals 6-0. 6 MVPs in NBA Finals. 5 league MVPs. There's so much that Michael has done.
No, I get that. But you're
that
talking
can
about
easily just wipe out anything you just throw out on LeBron right now.
Well, that's the thing. Age is a factor on LeBron's side right now.
It is.
So career,
but still, LeBron's
already
2-1 in finals. How many times have you been to the finals?
He went
2 for 5.
Yeah. No. 2 for 5. Yeah.
2 for 5, right?
Yeah. Wait. 2. No.
No. He's gone to the finals.
2 for 4 because he went once with
twice
Cleveland.
with the Heat and once with Cleveland. Right.
He went once with Cleveland and then he's gone 3 times with the Heat.
So he's 2 for 4.
Yeah, 2 for 4. Now I get that. I get that, but I mean, in all reality, with Jordan, in fact, when it comes to that, Jordan had a much more prepared Bulls team.
Okay, you said how much LeBron was going to score 30 points a game. Michael's at 32 points per game.
I get that. I mean, I'm not gonna differentiate the numbers. I'm just saying if he equals anywhere near those stats, if he equals anywhere near in his career, because LeBron can play as long as Kobe's playing, meaning he still has another 10 to 12
years.
Yeah,
8 years.
10 years possibly, depending on how he treats his body and how long he wants to stick around.
Now another thing that I would like to add, I'm sorry to cut you off, is if you look at LeBron's body structure compared to Michael's,
and one thing I just want to point out, I'm not saying that LeBron is the next Michael. I don't think that. I would never put that in that consideration. It's just the fact that for me, I'm just saying that there's always an opening for somebody to take
to equal or be as great.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
greater.
So
I agree.
that remains there, and that's where LeBron's confidence is, because LeBron is saying he wants to be the greatest of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, obviously, I don't know, and I don't think he'll ever match Michael. I don't think he will.
But rhetorically speaking, I see where you're coming from.
My argument is that door is open there. So to say that nobody will ever be as great as Michael is one of those things that you just can't say. I mean, it's factual at the moment. Nobody's been like Michael, and nobody has been like Michael.
Kobe has come close, but now Kobe's at the end of a road right now.
The closest thing to anybody to like what Michael proved is Oscar Robertson, and Oscar Robertson did it before Michael. And the only reason is because Oscar Robertson, like we've said it plenty of times before, practically had a triple-double
every game for a season.
So that's the difference. But the thing was, eras are different. There was a different era for Oscar Robertson. It wasn't as rough and tough as the era where Michael was, where you had the bad boys from Detroit. You had some of the craziest fights in the NBA history during that time. You had rivalries that do not exist now. I mean, the only rivalries you see is like Heat and Bulls and Indiana and Heat. Like, there's not that many rivalries, and that's what sucks about this league right now. I wish there was more rivalries. But when it comes into consideration of what this player is going to put forth, I think that there's always going to be a door for somebody to be as great as what Michael was. Is LeBron going to be that player? I don't know. Can he be close to it? I think he can be close to it. Will he match it? No, obviously right now he's not going to match it because he's already 2 for 4 in finals. So that's not going to happen on that statistic. So that's obvious. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, LeBron's always going to maintain himself in that conversation.
Yeah,
now,
of course.
And that's something that's going to be there unless he just has a sudden fallout that's incredible.
And another thing that worries me about LeBron is, like I was trying to say, it was like the body structure compared from Kobe, Michael to LeBron is very different.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that, one, LeBron is going to have to get lean as age progresses.
Yeah.
Because all that muscle weight is not going to be good for him in the long run. 2, develop a really, really, really good consistent jump shot as Michael did, as Kobe has.
Yeah.
Which he has gotten better
He's
at
progressively,
it.
but that's the thing.
But it's still,
you're seeing his evolving.
Yeah, evolving, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's still not quite there.
Of course.
And my thing is that, will he be able to do that when he no longer depends on his body physically and with age?
No, I mean, that's the thing.
That's the thing. You have to wait and see.
But this is where the advantage is for LeBron in that. Who do you think right now in the league has the best basketball mind?
Oh, he does. Well,
so who do you think is going to make the appropriate right choices for how he's going to manage his own body and his own career? I mean, he's done it as it is right now. He does. I mean, he does drive in hard, but not like he did in his time in Cleveland. I mean, when he was in Cleveland, he was more of a freight train and more careless about when he drove in. Now, I mean, he takes more shots than he used to, and especially because he's worked on his shot. Now he's working on his three-point shot with Ray Allen on a consistent basis, where they have three-point competitions in training and things like that. So, if anything, he's been evolving his body to step away from having to drive in and having to use that power and having to use that muscle. He's doing what he's had to do to try and evolve that part of his game. So that's why I'm saying, like, for me, seeing how he's progressively changing himself and transforming himself to become that kind of a player in different positions and change what people are, defending him as. Because people defend him as the big man that's going to drive in. Now they got to be worried about that 55% field goal average of him shooting up on you and making the shot. So, I mean, that's why the argument is going to be there. I don't think he'll ever top Michael. I mean, I don't. Will it ever happen with anybody? You never know. There could be that miracle kid coming from some small town in somewhere that just pops out and he becomes that all-star performer that ends up outshining anybody ever. It might happen. I don't know. But right now, like you said, currently there's nobody matching Michael. There's nobody that's going to match him
Michael
right
has
now.
one special attribute that none of these players have. Michael was fortunate enough to change the game. He was doing things nobody ever seen. That's
well, I mean, but that's the thing. But that's the argument that a lot of people have for LeBron now. Because LeBron, ever since LeBron's been in the game's changed more. Because now you're talking about a positionless team. The only person playing a position right now for the Heat is going to be Greg Oden. That's it. Because LeBron will play point guard. LeBron will play shooting guard. LeBron will play power forward. LeBron
but that's been seen before. What I mean is that's been seen before with Magic. I'm talking about things unseen, like Michael was flying in the air doing acrobatic things.
Oh, well, I mean,
you know, Michael evolved the game to new heights as being in the air, brought in long shorts, sneakers. Like Michael changed the game so much.
No, yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about on the court,
and on the court too.
I'm not. I mean,
come on, let's talk about the court.
Yeah. I mean, on the court, but that's the thing. Like,
Michael was the first one to be all over the place on the court. You know what I mean? So I mean,
no, I get that. But there's been changes. And that's what LeBron gets surrounded with, was the fact that the way that he plays, his athleticism, for his size, for his body structure, is something the game hasn't seen. He's something new. He's something that hasn't existed because he's a different type of player. When was the last type of player like LeBron James before LeBron James? I mean, there isn't a player. He's a combination of Magic along with so many others. You know, he's a combination, because I mean, passing wise, he has that comparison with Magic. He's not the greatest. He's not going to be. He's not going to be as flashy and as fantastic as Magic was, but he does have an incredible no look. Like his no look passing is sometimes incredible at times. But and that freaking launch Hail Mary that he always lands precisely at times. Dwayne Wade messes it up sometimes, though. And Dwayne Wade needs to stop that. He's not a quarterback. But that's the thing. Like there's things there that have changed because of LeBron and the high pace that they bring sometimes in the game. They're always a high paced team, and it's mainly because he loves that running down full court and getting that easy shot. And I mean, there's things that have changed. I mean, in the end, nothing is going to compare to Michael. I mean, of course, what you're saying is completely true. I don't jump off that ship at all. To me, Michael is the greatest of all time, has remained the greatest of all time, and for right now, will currently be the greatest of all time until we see something happen.
Is that my thing is, not only that, who is LeBron really playing against?
But see, that's the thing. I mean, that argument can't be said, because right now, to me, is if you put these players in that league, then they have to adapt to that league. Just like if Michael was playing in this league, he would be a different...
Michael will still destroy his league.
But that's the thing. We don't know how he would be... I mean, you're talking about players being groomed in this type of a league. You're being groomed in this type of a league. Michael was groomed in a league that was more rough. The rules were more physical, allowing... And those situations, there was a different situation. If Michael was born in this era, he would be a different player. He would, no matter how you look at it, because you're going to be groomed in a different era. You're going to be groomed with these rules, with these different rules. It's a different type of thing. You can't... I feel you. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't balance that there because you're talking about being born in that era. Just like rappers, for example. It's true. I want to touch this topic. No, I mean, we got to, because we're going to talk about Rap God in a second. But it's what I'm saying. If a rapper is born in this era, in this time, you're not going to find somebody that's going to spit like what KRS used to spit back in the day, or what damn, I'm going blank right now because I'm so filled with NBA right now.
You gotta see, you gotta know.
Or Run DMC.
Run DMC. We gotta remember that rap. Those are pioneers. Those are forefathers.
I get that, but
there's an evolution to MCing and there's an evolution to whackness. But basketball is a different type of evolution.
Exactly. But my situation is this: Michael being born in this league, in this era, in this generation. If he goes to North Carolina to play there. They're being that play right now, that the style that North Carolina plays right now is nowhere near what basketball was then. And he's not going to be allowed to be as rough. He's not going to be allowed to be what he was in that sense, because you're not going to be able to be groomed. Now, of course, the athleticism will exist. He still will probably be the king of airness. He'll still be that. I'm sure, because athleticism is part of his body. But there's a lot that would be different. In all reality, you have to look at it like that, because it's all about the time. And that's why everything changes in its own course. I mean, it's something you can't really see, but if you calculate that thing accordingly, you understand that it's a difference. It's a difference. Now, if you play Michael from that era against a player from this era, you're gonna have a player from this era crying and whining all the time because they'll probably be getting elbowed a lot.
Why you checking me, man?
Yeah, and I mean that was the thing about back then. I mean, there was much more checking, there was much body checking, there was much more, players were tough. And look at Karl Malone. Karl Malone is criticizing players for wearing freaking elbow pads and knee pads. He's saying if
much protection.
He's criticizing them for wearing protection.
They're not even getting hit.
Exactly, and it's a different era. You're talking about Karl Malone, a man who played well into his age, and he played hard, man. That's another player that it's a different league, it's a different era. It's something you can't compare. You can't put the two together. So that's the only reason that the argument is always tougher.
Grow up.
It has nothing to do with that. It's more protection-wise. It's like football. Football, you're trying to protect the player, avoid them having to retire at an earlier age, and escape them.
Just keep banking in that money.
And then that the pay grade is a lot higher now than it was back then too. But it's the same situation in a lot of sports. I mean, except soccer, because soccer they just flop around and cry. But that I love soccer. I love soccer, but I just get angry.
Taking shots.
When like,
you're so horrible. Well,
like all that acting, really? And then they get up like 5 seconds later, you're telling me that your rib was hurting you 5 seconds later, you're going to be walking around like, whatever.
Anyways.
Wow, this one went really long.
Pretty good, though.
This was a lot of NBA. But yeah, we're going to go a quick commercial break. We're going to come back with the last and final segment, a quick run through of a few things we wanted to mention, and we'll be back right after this.
I'm starting to feeling like a...
Introducing VapoStorm, the new and effective way to stop smoking today. Join the thousands of ex-tobacco smokers and make the switch to VapoStorm electronic cigarette. No more tobacco smoke, no ashes, and no more offensive odors. Only vapor. So stop smoking today and start vaping. Fumar cigarrillos es peligroso y para muchos hasta ofensivo. Para de fumar hoy. Visit us in Hialeah at the VapoStorm location at 3825 West 16th Avenue or call us for more information at 786-502-4230. 786-502-4230.
Are you looking for a place to promote your product, company, or event? Well, you have found the perfect place. RJV TV is the show for you and whatever you want to promote. RJV TV is one of the fastest growing internet TV shows on the net. RJV TV guarantees results, so don't miss out on this great opportunity. Promote your product, company, or event right here on RJV TV. For more information, call 786-262-4741, 786-262-4741, or email rjv.tvshow@gmail.com. Back on RJV TV, no worries, no fights. There's always healthy debates, healthy arguments. Those always exist, and they will permanently always exist in every conversation possible.
Fellow Americans.
Well, yeah, that's another one. You know, when you're talking about, government shutdown over.
Yeah.
What's up?
Back in business.
And all you're seeing is
ain't acting right.
all you see is like every headline's Republicans lose shutdown battle.
Yeah, ain't acting right.
I think the American people lost in the shutdown battle. I mean, that really? I mean, why were we shut down in the first place?
Why?
Stupid. Moving on.
Obamacare.
Starting to feel like a rap god. Okay.
What?
This release.
Oh, sorry.
This released Eminem track Rap God from his upcoming Marshall Mathers LP 2 album that will be releasing November 5th. Please hurry up. I've been posting it everywhere. Hashtag November 5th, hurry up. That's been my hashtag, everything.
Taking a shower November 5th, please hurry up.
I've been hashtagging everything. Everything.
Eating November 5th, please hurry up.
Yeah, everything. And now I have a new hashtag too, November 26th, hurry up. And that's because that's the date that Hopsin's new album will be releasing. I've been listening to a lot of Hopsin. If you like Eminem, go listen to Hopsin. You heard Hopsin. Thoughts?
Am I allowed to say what I want to say right now?
You can say whatever you want to say.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Yeah, ain't no sensory here. No, I'm joking. He's a black version of Eminem. Really, really good. Very good.
No, he's a very talented kid, man. And he's only 28. He's very talented. He was signed originally with Ruthless Records, and they screwed him over. So now he has his own independent label called Funk Volume. But the kid is very talented, man. He's very, very, very skilled lyricist. If you check out his YouTube page, you'll get more than enough reason to like him if you like that kind of hip hop. But going back to Eminem, did he officially shut down the hip hop world with Rap God, at least for the time being?
Well, what I like about it is that I feel as of most of the bars he said in there is he basically reinstated his throne. Like, this man is not just Jay-Z, Kanye West watching the throne. This dude is sitting on the throne. I mean, what I like so much about it is it's ironic, but it's picture perfect because you just had a hip hop shutdown with Kendrick about 2-3 months ago.
Yeah,
with Control. And everybody's like, damn, we have the new king in hip-hop. This man just shut it down. And I don't know how many foreseen rappers came out trying to get back at Kendrick with Control, but none of them were worth even catching my attention.
There was a few that caught my eye.
Yeah, but what
now,
I'm trying to get at...
None of them compared to
the impact.
Yeah, but there was a few that I started listening to because they came out against Kendrick. Or not against, but they responded in their own way. And some of them, like my son in New York, I never heard of him before. I never heard him before. And now I've heard of him, and now I actually follow his stuff. And he's a very skilled lyricist also. And I would have never known if he would not have responded to Kendrick.
And that's a good thing that Kendrick did. He pulled out dudes that you never heard of that just to show and prove what they're made of.
Yeah.
But what I like with this move from Eminem is that you just basically brought out the real hip-hop MC God out of the grave to come show you, look who's here.
Yeah. And there might be people who, like hip-hop heads, that might take offense to his statement in that. And he's not even saying that he is a rap god. He's saying, I'm starting to feel like a rap god, not stating he is a rap god. But there's people who won't feel that his style of lyricism or his style, because he's a little bit violent, a little bad language and things like that, and a few of the slurs towards homosexuals. So that comes out, and immediately you start seeing the headlines. It's like, oh, Eminem gets away with homophobic slurs. I mean, the guy sang with Elton John on the stage. I don't know how much you need to understand that. I mean, the guy's not... 1,
his flow's infinite. 2, his wordplay's infinite.
Exactly.
3,
that's
he's
the difference.
Witty.
Yeah.
4, he's beyond his world. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I agree. To me, come on. You're talking to a guy that still enjoyed Relapse. Even though many think that's one of his worst albums, I enjoyed Relapse. I enjoyed Re-Up. Come on. I'm a fan. Okay? I'm a fan. I'm a stan. Let's put it like that. I'm a stan. Okay? But in our reality, the wordplay, the skill that he demonstrates on being able to match some words that should not match. And that's one of his little kinks. That's one of the tweaks that he does that not many can do, which is like he said in an interview, he was like, I hate when people say you can't rhyme anything with orange. And then he goes out and flips out a verse with rhyming everything with orange. And he does it perfectly fine. And he shows you how he's able to manipulate the way you said a word and this and this and that. His cleverness, his mind is at a different level, and this is from somebody who dropped out of school, which is something that's always amazing. The one thing I didn't know, did you know that J. Cole had actually graduated from, like, he has a degree?
Oh, word?
Yeah, he has a degree.
I didn't know
I
that.
I don't know that either.
That's dope. That's good. Big ups.
Yeah, he has a degree. Like he said, he had stated, like, no, I wanted to finish school. I mean, apart from the fact that the money that he was getting from his school loans was helping him survive, but at the same time, like, he wanted to finish all the way through. So he's one of the very few, MCs or rappers out there that's actually fulfilled an education completely, entirely, all the way through.
And what I'm gonna say right now is gonna hurt me a bit because you know me.
Yeah.
We go way back.
Yeah.
Especially with music, we go extremely way back. Me and you used to collect mad CDs.
Yeah.
Download all types of music. Sit down, listen to it together. Depict and decode verses and bars. We used to do it all together when it comes to music. And you know that I'm like one crazy Nas fan. I love Nas.
Yeah.
The same way I love Guru from Gangstar.
Yeah.
And as much as I love those two dudes, and I think their metaphors are beyond this world, and they're great lyricists and MCs.
Yeah.
Guru,
rest in peace.
Yeah, there's just something about Eminem that just puts him up that much of a notch over them.
And I think part of it has to do with how open he is with life experiences as well. Because what he's done obviously there's been the extremely violent side, like the song Kim, where he kills his wife on a record, or the Bonnie and Clyde 96, I think it was, right? Bonnie and Clyde 96 or 97, I forgot what year it was.
97
Bonnie and Clyde 97, where he kills his wife.
It was
along with his baby.
In a Slim Shady.
That it's him and Haley killing, burying, throwing the mom in the lake and all that stuff. So I mean, there's been moments where it's graphic and off of what you would consider an MC in hip hop, because an MC in hip hop is what you consider KRS-One, somebody who brings you philosophy and this and this and that. But in our reality, the wordplay, the way that this man puts his word,
artistic part of it too.
He's, and I know people don't like this word with Eminem, but it's poetic the way he puts his stuff together, because it's what it is. It's an art form, and he's mastered this art form in such a way that it's incredible. And the title of Rap God is something that really
is fitting.
It's fitting in a way, yeah. It's fitting in a way, especially when you're talking about a man who's, 37 now?
No. Matter of fact, speaking of Eminem, it's long overdue midnight right now doing this recording, but just yesterday was his birthday.
Oh, my bad.
41.
I don't know why I said 37.
41.
Yeah,
he just
41.
turned 41 yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy late belated birthday to M.
Yeah. October 17th.
Yeah.
So, happy birthday to
I didn't even know he was an October baby until I found out today, man. That's crazy.
41. Jeez, I don't know why. I mean, he doesn't.
I know a lot of people with October.
He doesn't look
birthdays.
a year near 40.
Nah,
he doesn't. He actually he looks a lot healthier, a lot better now.
And that's
than
what I'm
before.
including myself as a October birthday boy. But there's a lot of people I know that are October born. That's dope.
Oh yeah, by the way, happy birthday.
But 41, man. But he is insane.
Yeah. And I mean, just like glancing through the lyrics here for Rap God, and
one thing I like about Rap God is his depiction on different flows, and not just different flows.
And in our reality, he basically, to me, what I see is he took a shot
at everybody.
at modern music and
Yeah.
modern hip hop right now, because he used everything, which the beats that you kind of hear today in the radio,
background of it.
everything was something relatable to what you hear now, and he completely destroys each version of it in his own way, and in part of it, he just shows. He says, "I'll show you how easy it is to maintain."
Mm-hmm.
Basically saying, "I'm gonna show you how easy it is to do what these, younglings are doing now," and I mean, he just does. Wow. I mean, the song itself was insane. The song itself was insane, and even more when he comes out and claims lyrics coming at you supersonic speed, and he goes literally supersonic speed. And I love when he goes, "You assuming I'm a human, what I gotta do to get it through you, I'm a superhuman." Like, I don't know. I mean, when you listen to it, it sounds obviously a lot better than how I'm saying it. But
it's so fast.
Yeah, in all reality, man, it was crazy. This track is definitely a plus to many.
We're just excited to see M come back out.
Yeah, and the track listing has officially came out. We didn't mention it in the last show, but it already came out. It's gonna have 16 tracks, the original version. 16 tracks. We don't know if there's gonna be any bonuses,
Deluxe,
and who's gonna feature on any bonuses. But we do know that there is a song with Kendrick Lamar. And that one's called Love Game. We have to wait and see what that's going to be like. We don't even know what the topic is because it says love in it. Will it be a song about girls? Will it be something like Superman? Will it be something crazy? Will it be?
I just hope it's
will
very
it be Slim
lyrical and
Shady?
crazy going
Slim
back and
Shady
forth.
and that Kendrick that gets that
raspy voice snaps.
Like, what will it be? We have to wait and see. The unfortunate thing was we didn't see Slaughterhouse in the original track listing, but who knows if they're going to be in anything bonus. We didn't see any 50, and we've been wanting to hear another 50 M collabo.
It's too long.
And yeah, there's a couple of collaborations that, I mean, people want to see. There's people who want to see some collaborations that would be interesting. And we'll see what happens. We'll see. Oh, he has another song with Rihanna in this one, too.
That's right. That's the third time they do something, right?
Yeah, it's the third song because he had one with her and then she had one with him, and now, obviously, apparently they like working together, and even Rihanna said that was one of her. Yeah, there was rumors about that, weren't there?
I think she done been smashed everybody, but that's my opinion. It is what it is. Anyways,
yeah, but all in all, November 5th can't be any slower to get here right now. I mean,
speaking of Kendrick,
BET Cypher, the man went wild. He went wild on it. So far, to me, we listened to all before starting the show because we wanted to mention it.
It's sad to say, in my opinion, that the best cipher in there was the comics, the comedic.
Well, yeah,
cipher.
the Real Husbands of Hollywood,
Yeah,
right? That's what it's Real Husbands of Hollywood. Kevin Hart, Nick Cannon, Jay Smooth.
Dwayne Martin,
Yeah.
Nick Cannon, Nelly. Boris. Forgot his name. DJ Drama. You know what I mean? All of them dudes.
Yeah,
it was the most. It was the most that
it was the most entertaining one.
Not only from beginning to end as well.
It was that. But so far to me, the one who killed the entire thing, all in all, was definitely Kendrick. And I don't know how anybody can argue that right now.
Especially the shots at Drake on that one too.
Oh yeah. He went at it to Drake, and he went at it at basically anybody. I mean, he threw himself out there, and now he's calling himself King Kendrick at the end. I don't know if you caught that, but he goes King Kendrick. So it's there. He's stating it. He's stamped it down. He's official, and he sealed it with that free on the BET Cypher. Second to me was probably Budden.
Joe Budden did good.
Budden did his thing.
Nice bars, yo.
And I would stay in that same area for the rest because Joel did his thing. He had a couple bars in there. Crooked did his thing. He had a couple bars in there. Royce wasn't his high Rihanna. Yeah. He wasn't his high Rihanna, but he still did his thing too. and then from then on,
it was a flop.
A lot of it. I mean, the Independence one was interesting because I always love listening to new styles, to new flows, and all that stuff. There was a couple of people on there interesting that caught my eye. Little Kim.
Stop.
No, and that's the thing. I'm a fan of Lil' Kim. I love Lil' Kim, but
time is over. That's it.
What did she? No. I mean, lyrically, I mean, when she did the Black Friday hit at Nicki, I enjoyed that very much because she went at it hard. But it's sad when I see her now. Like I see her and how she looks now, and it's sad. Like, why'd she do all that? Like that's where I don't know if maybe that's what counterbalances me liking her spitting, because I look at her, I'm just like, oh, come on, you were so different,
natural,
and now it's that. It's like, what happened there? I don't know. Whatever. So BET Cyphers, I didn't even watch the awards. I don't watch those award shows anymore so much.
I just wanted to see the Cyphers.
The MTV Awards I ended up watching because my wife wanted to watch them, so I got stuck watching. And I'm glad I did, because obviously we saw something that still gets spoken about till now. So with that being said, do you think Miley accomplished what she wanted to accomplish?
Of course. We talked about it, and she did what she had to do. Told you.
I saw this thing that they did on MTV following Miley around, and this was pre-MTV Awards and everything like that. And she even stated that my point of what I want to do at the VMAs is do something to captivate the audience, to grab the attention, to be that one thing that everybody's going to remember and everybody's going to talk about.
And she did it. She did it. She put in work and got the results.
And I actually took, and that I was okay with the whole performance. I didn't have a problem with it. I know it got vulgar, but that's what MTV does.
They're known for that.
MTV's known for being vulgar in those situations, especially the awards.
Things like that.
Yeah, especially the award shows. So, I mean, I wasn't surprised, shocked, or anything like that. If because you had your 10-year-old kid watching it, then you're the idiot parent who had your 10-year-old kid watching the MTV Movie Awards. Music Awards. The VMAs, whatever. But I captured a brand new, different respect for her too, watching that, because you see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff with her, and you kind of get a different idea of who she is, and it was really a different experience. So, I mean, you feel for her more in a situation with that too, because a lot of what you hear from people saying, like a lot of what people say. But in all reality, the girl is a hard-working ass girl, and she knows what the hell she's doing. She is a smart girl, and I mean,
she's getting paid to twerk. I told you this a long time ago.
And I mean, you scroll through the Yahoo timeline, she's on there again. You scroll through the AOL timeline, she'll be again. She's in
MSN on there,
and again. It's constant. It hasn't gone away since the VMAs, and that shows you the goal was accomplished. Yep. It was the same thing when Madonna and Britney kissed.
Long time for everybody to get that out of his, yo.
It was the same thing with. That's why to this day I still think the Janet Jackson thing was, something that was supposed to happen.
Scripted, yeah.
I don't know if Justin was in on it. I don't think he was, because his face expressed, I did not know this was going to happen. I did not know I was going to be looking at Janet Jackson's titties. But
Dave Chappelle titties.
But that was something that till this day still gets talked about.
It was a captivative moment.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, she accomplished what she needed to accomplish. People may hate her now more. People may love her now more. Regardless.
It was a titty. I mean, it was...
I'm talking about Miley here. Jesus.
I thought you were still in Janet Jackson.
No, man, no. Janet Jackson people, I don't know how many people hate Janet Jackson. She didn't do nothing that crazy.
Chicken butt.
Well, that's a different story. I mean, I don't think it's. I mean,
I know we
saw differences, and she's openly been like, "Look at this," there's a difference. I'm not as flat as you guys think.
I'm not wearing latex.
Exactly, but I mean, I don't think she has the biggest ass either. That's obvious. But regardless, regardless, yeah, let's move on because this is gonna get into a very awkward conversation that I probably should not be talking about openly.
Yeah, your wife is gonna hit you up in the middle of the show.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Anyway, so maintaining in the music game, signing to Cash Money.
What is that about?
I mean, a man looking to resurrect
a rap career.
Yeah, well, I mean,
or some money.
I think money. Because rap career-wise, I think he's still a very gifted artist. To me, he's one of the best to come through the Aftermath and the G Unit and all that stuff that he went through. He was one of the top guys to me in there. I mean, I know a lot of people enjoyed Young Buck. A lot of people.
I love Banks.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Banks was limited.
Yeah.
Banks was limited.
Yeah.
Banks was limited because Banks' album wasn't worth the time.
Well, the Hunger for More 2, remember that album was good.
It was good, but again, it wasn't like, to me, I've heard Game's albums and Game's albums aren't.
Yeah, they capture more.
Yeah. But in all reality, we have to see where it goes. If he converts to what Drake is now and to what Nicki has become now, then that's where it gets unfortunate for me because those were people who had so much potential in their own way, and they got molded into that Cash Money way. And I know they're still selling a hell of a lot of records, but to me, they've lost a lot of respect from a lot of people.
Credentials from the streets and artists.
Yeah, but not even the streets too, because I mean, it's not like Drake was a freaking street thug. We all know that he wasn't a street thug. It's obvious. The guy was an actor in Degrassi,
but he was looked at more respected.
He was because he was a more skilled lyricist.
Yeah.
He came out as a lyricist. He came out being able to put words together. Wordplay was fantastic. I mean, before he signed, he was very, very good. And even at that point, his most commercial song was "The Best I Ever Had," and that song to me was dope. Even though it was about girls, it was dope the way he put that song together and all that. But he's gone so far from that and what he is now, even though I personally enjoyed the album because I love the production, the way it was put together.
The engineering on that was good.
The engineering on it was incredible. I believe the way the album rolls all the way through, even with Drake singing all the way to the parts where he's rapping, they orchestrated that album fantastically. Like, I enjoy listening to the album in that sense, and there's a lot of things that I like where he spits stuff, but the point is, it's not the Drake that we believed we were gonna get. Eminem has evolved and changed through the years. He's done his changes, but it hasn't been
as drastic.
It hasn't been a complete 360, gone a different direction type of. 180 would be the thing, not 360. 360 means coming full circle. But 180, he just goes in a different direction. So I don't know. We'll see what the end result is. I mean, we've seen a lot of these attempts with different artists. When 50 had signed MOP, right? Was it MOP or no? It was Mobb Deep. That didn't work out. Who was it that signed MOP? Somebody signed.
So did 50, but 50? They never did anything. So.
Yeah, that didn't result in anything. I didn't think that was going to be a good combination anyway. I mean, I love MOP. I just didn't think they were gonna
fit in with 50 style.
Yeah, fit in at all. No. So there's things that we need to see how it goes out. So random little things to mention. 2 convicted killers mistakenly released in Florida. That's interesting.
Have fun.
After forged court documents reduced their sentences, authorities said relatives picked up one inmate while the other was given a bus ticket and dropped off at a bus station. Now there's a manhunt for Joseph Jenkins and Charles Walker, both 34, who were released separately from Carabel Prison in the Panhandle. Jenkins was let out September 27th, and Walker was freed October 8th.
They're overseas already. Bet.
Be interesting to see what the progress is with that. There was an evacuation in Union Square in San Francisco after a report of a suspicious device. It was a bomb scare, but fortunately, and nothing exploded.
Thank God.
But yeah, those scares are still happening around the globe. Well, at least around the U.S. more than we would like. But I mean, there's things going on all over the world, which is, it is what it is at the end of the day. But man, Kim Kardashian is auctioning her engagement ring from Kris Humphries. And she auctioned it. She got $749,000 for the ring from Kris Humphries.
What a thirsty buyer.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? There's value to it. Can't say no. The Heisman race is getting interesting in NCAA. James Winston from FSU is getting a lot of eyes on him. The kid is very skilled. And this is a kid who permanently has irregular fingers. He can't grip the ball properly, but he's managed to learn how to control the ball with the way his fingers is twisted out of shape.
Nice.
And he still is one of the better QBs that we're seeing right now in the league. We have to see how Manziel progresses. He's still showing quality.
Beast mode.
Johnny Football, beast mode stuff, yeah. And Taj Boyd is who they're facing next. FSU is in the Clemson battle. And it's going to be interesting to see how James Winston stands up to that, because that win, yeah, it's a win. It's a win that would launch him high into that Heisman vote. And there's a lot of interesting things that need to be seen. We'll see what happens. But man, there's a lot of things happening in NCAA that are capturing a lot of attention. Chris Paul and JJ Redick end their feud.
The little feud?
Yeah, they finally ended, and apparently they've become
BFFs?
They've become quite buddies. Since they've had some conversations. But Redick even said that he had to that he's even apologized to him and everything like that for how he's put his hands on him during games and things like that. So there's been a lot of healing between those two, right? A rest in peace to Ed Lauder that passed away. Veteran actor. Ed Lauder. I mean, the guy was 74. And, I mean, we've seen him from Alfred Hitchcock movies, from Charles Bronson movies. In the original Longest Yard, he was a part of CSI and the X-Files, and in the Showtime's Shameless with William H. Macy.
Nice.
I mean, he's been so memorable in so many movies that it's one of those actors that's, sad to see go. But thankfully, he gave us great memories, great things to always have in the memory banks, and I'm sure he's resting in peace and all that. Right? Going to the last topic, let's finish off with a quick summary of what we saw this week.
Football?
Yes. Quick summary. Tom Brady. We mentioned it earlier.
Clutch.
Exactly. Very clutch. They were down against the Saints. He had an incredible first quarter. Second quarter, the Saints came back. Third quarter was particularly more in favor towards the Saints, but it maintained pretty even throughout. New England defense stepped up huge. Yep. Plenty of time, so it doesn't only lie on Tom Brady. The defense for New England stepped up when it needed to step up, and in the end of the day, Tom Brady finds the perfect play.
Drew Brees had a perfect to close that game out. They both met. They went back and forth, and Tom Brady got the best end of it.
Yeah, it was incredible incredible game by both teams. But ultimately, Tom Brady and the Patriots get the last laugh when Tom Brady connects with Tompkins in the
rookie
in the left corner.
Unsigned.
Yeah, in the left corner of the end zone. Perfect throw, perfect catch. With 5 seconds left on the clock. So I mean, and that said, he drove that. It was
80 yards.
I think he ended up that drive being 6 for 9 or 6 for 7. No, 6 for 8. There's something like that. He was like 6 for 9, 6 for 8 in that drive.
Yards, right?
Yeah, and he pushed that ball away from the other side all the way through.
In a minute and something.
Yeah.
Too.
And ended it off with it was 10 seconds when they hiked the ball. It was 5 seconds when he threw the ball, and when it got caught, it was 5 seconds left on the clock. So New Orleans basically had no time to do anything. But fantastic game all the way through. Thursday Night Football was Giants and Bears for Week 6. Bears took that 27-21. Eli still looking terrible, throwing more interceptions. I think he threw 3 in that game as well. I mean, it's just not looking great for him. Bengals versus Bills had a battle to overtime where the Bengals got a field goal win in overtime, 27-24. Lions versus the Browns. The Lions dominated in their way. Brandon Whedon looked terrible once again. So Lions win at 31-17. Rams versus Texans. This is the one that catches you off guard. Rams win 38 to Texans 13. Now, Matt Schaub did not throw a pick 6 in this game. He was actually throwing pretty well so far in the game now.
So he got injured.
Till he got injured, and Yates came in, and Yates threw a pick 6. But one thing that did happen that was very unfortunate was the crowd response to Matt Schaub going down. Now, those who cheered Matt Schaub
being injured
are another group of people that deserve to be Nancy Kerrigan. I mean, if you're going to cheer for a man who just might have lost his season, who knows if his career will be affected by this, if he's going to be able to maintain income to maintain his family because his career might be over, or I mean, obviously the injury reports aren't showing that it's anything that drastic, but if it would have been, how proud of yourself would you have been? Would you be able to look yourself in the mirror saying you cheered that man losing his livelihood?
Or would you like to lose your livelihood and people cheer on your failure?
It was ridiculous. It's classless. It's disgraceful.
Poor fans.
I think it was Cushion that said it was barbaric.
It was barbaric, yeah.
And that's what it is. I mean, you don't do that to somebody who's. I mean, this isn't the UFC. You're not supposed to cheer somebody getting knocked out. Yeah. You're not supposed to cheer somebody going down with a possible injury. No, you're not supposed to cheer that. You know, this isn't a fighting sport. This is football. You're not supposed to cheer that stuff. So to those who cheered that,
slap yourselves.
Moving on. But still, the Texans look terrible. They look terrible.
Extremely.
Steelers versus Jets. Steelers get their first win of the season.
About time.
Geno Smith looks terrible once again.
Palomalo with the layout.
Oh my God, that was extreme, man. That was extreme. You saw his hair flew too. Didn't look like it was a cape. Looked like it was a Spawn cape. You know, like it just spread more. Like it got longer in the process of him flying. It was crazy. But Steelers steal the game 19-6. That Emmanuel Sanders touchdown from Ben Roethlisberger was beautiful. Good, yeah. It was beautiful. Jaguars versus Broncos. Jaguars actually made it a game. They had a pick 6 in this against Peyton, but it was still not enough
for Peyton.
Their best effort, their best game was not enough for Peyton Manning. They win 35-19. And now we're going to see Peyton versus Andrew Luck.
That's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a very fun game. Saints versus Patriots, we mentioned already. Redskins versus Cowboys. We saw RG3 getting a lot more into his original form in this game. He ran the ball a lot more, looked more comfortable running the ball. The one area he has not been able to get back is his accuracy. His accuracy is terrible right now. It is off, and he is not balancing his legs properly for the throws. He's just not on point with his throws. That's where he's hurting. That's where he's really hurting, and they lose 31-16. Tony Romo did not have a 506 passing yard game. He wasn't close to that at all. Really, at all. But still, they walked away with the win. Yeah, they managed to pull out the victory, 31-16. Packers versus Ravens. This was a close one all the way to the end. The Packers get the win, 19-17. But the Ravens had it in the bag. But they allowed Aaron Rodgers to get that ball back, and Aaron Rodgers moved that ball close enough to pick up a win. 19-17. Packers win the game. And Joe Flacco does not come through for his team.
Pay for nothing.
Panthers for Vikings. Yeah, well, if we had more time, we'd get into that conversation. Panthers and Vikings. Cam Newton gets into form for this game. But again, it's the Vikings. Vikings have not looked spectacular this season. So until I see Cam Newton do this against
a good team,
a more appropriate team, then I'll give him more credit, because he was gloating so much about this victory until I see him do it again.
It was pathetic over that team, yeah.
They walk away with a win, 35-10. Now, this was the game where Adrian Peterson decided to play. Even though his 2-year-old son
passed away
after an assault from his baby mama's boyfriend who beat him mercilessly and put him in a hospital, which ultimately he passed away from. And of course, our thoughts, prayers are with the family of Adrian Peterson and the baby mother, including too, because I'm sure she's hurting as well, even though it was her own boyfriend.
Fault.
I'm not gonna put that out there, because they're not together, so she has the right to move on and find somebody else. So if she found somebody who's just not right to be around the children, then that's something that happens. You can't know if a person was going to be like that or not until they act like that. So who knows? In the end, it was her boyfriend who caused the damage and
pain and
suffering. Our thoughts to all of those who were related to the 2-year-old who ended up losing his life over something more than likely stupid and senseless. But Panthers do pick up the win, 35-10. Cam Newton had a fantastic game. Raiders versus Chiefs. Chiefs completely dominate the game.
Amazing.
24-7. Terrell Pryor had a good first half. And then the second half, the end of the second half fell apart. 3 interceptions. I mean, it just was an ugly end for Terrell Pryor in that game. So Alex Smith moves his Chiefs to 6-0, which is fantastic. Eagles versus Buccaneers. We kind of expected this outcome because the Buccaneers are such in shambles that we didn't really expect them to really be able to bring on the pain, pretty much. So the Eagles pick up the win, 31-20 over the Bucs. Michael Vick. And this was a Nick Foles start, and he looked great. And he's going to be starting in the next game. Michael Vick is still out with a hamstring injury. We don't know if it's still because of a hamstring injury or if they're just playing that out to see if Nick Foles. Because Nick Foles, I have a feeling that they want to see what Nick Foles can continue doing. If he can continue this pattern,
they're going to continue with him.
Exactly, because he's given them better options.
He's had more TD passes than Mike Vick, so
exactly. And with a hamstring injury, you're not going to completely be healed from that. He's not going to have that one factor that separates Michael Vick from Nick Foles is Michael Vick's speed. If Michael Vick loses that speed because of that hamstring injury that he cannot possibly heal within just a couple of weeks, then
it's horrible.
Then you need to choose what's your best option, and Nick Foles looks like the best option. Titans versus Seahawks actually ended up being a close one, 2013 for the Seahawks. 49ers versus Cardinals. 49ers walk away with a 32-20 win. Now, there was a Thursday Night Football, since we do
Week 7
pre-tape this show. For Week 7, Seahawks did beat the Cardinals 34-22. The Seahawks picked off Cardinals, I believe it was two picks, two interceptions. So great game for the Seahawks, great win for them. And yeah, we have to wait and see what they keep doing, because some of these teams that shouldn't be as close to them are maintaining close to them. So I mean, they might not be the powerhouse. I mean, it's still a win. A win's a win.
I'll take it
no matter what. But it's being more exploited that they're not the powerhouse. Just like the Broncos.
The Broncos and 49ers.
The Broncos, they've shown a lot of holes lately.
The past 2 games.
Even with Champ Bailey being back. But now Von Miller comes back next week, and he's probably going to be thrown right into the lineup because he's going to be part of that secondary that of that back area that they need better coverage in, because the Jaguars were launching that ball. They got that ball.
So were the Cowboys.
Yeah, and see, exactly. And that's where the issues were. Now, Champ Bailey came back already. Now, Von Miller's going to come back because his 6-game suspension is over. So, we'll see what happens there. You have a great lineup for Sunday football. Bills versus Dolphins. The Dolphins coming off the bye week. Bears versus Redskins. Cowboys versus Eagles. Patriots versus the Jets. See what that turns out like. 49ers versus Titans. Browns versus Packers. Broncos versus Colts at Sunday Night Football. You do not want to miss that game.
That one, no.
Peyton coming back home. Jim Irsay said some words he shouldn't have said. Can you believe what that guy said?
He's just stupid. That's what it is, like I said.
I mean, look at all that man brought to your team. Look at all the attention. That man brought money to you with what he accomplished in there. Yeah, it might have only been one freaking Super Bowl. You know what? It doesn't matter. That guy broke records for you, for your team. What a dick. Rams versus Panthers. Bengals versus Lions. Chargers versus Jaguars. The Chargers need to get their stuff together.
They acting wrong.
Buccaneers versus Falcons. That's probably going to be an ugly game. Ugly game.
Stop it.
Ravens versus Steelers. That's going to be interesting, because
I think the Steelers get the second win on that one.
Steelers, they looked better, in better shape, and better form. Like, they're getting their stuff together appropriately. And Texas versus Chiefs. That's your Sunday. And Monday Night Football, you're going to have a horrible, horrible game. I don't know. I mean, that might actually be the first win for the Giants. Giants versus Vikings.
I think the Giants get their win.
But that is where Josh Freeman is starting. So that's going to make things interesting to see. Josh Freeman starting for the Vikings. We'll see what that takes us. We'll be back next week with another RJV TV. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this lengthy show where conversations went a little bit too long, but were very fun, and I hope you enjoy them as much as we enjoyed having the debates. So we'll see you guys next week. Remember, follow us on Twitter, Mr. Randall V, Cuts by Bless, Cuts with a Z. Follow the show, RJV_TV, and leave your comments under the video. If you look right down, you see the comments box.
Talk to us.
Let us know what you think. Let us know your thoughts on the topics. Let us know what topics you want us to talk about. Anything. Let us know. Just be respectful. Even if you're criticizing, we accept criticism. Just be respectful about it. And we'll see you guys next week.